Hello everybody, this is MystieGaming and welcome to the second episode of our Prehistoric Park series, and I am so excited to get started with this episode. However, as you can probably tell, I'm recording this intro in the future, mainly because past me was not kind to editor me and the footage she left me was not great. So for the first half of this episode, we're going to do a little bit more kind of summary type footage. I do have a time lapse to show you, but in this first part of the episode, we're just kind of doing a bunch of really grindy work, like getting an iron farm set up and getting villagers and getting some really cool tools. So I'm going to show you the time lapse for the iron farm first, and if you want to duplicate the farm portion of this itself, I am leaving the link to that, to the tutorial I used, in the description. We will be getting to the decorative part of this farm a little bit later, but I hope y'all enjoy the time lapse. Okay, so now that you've seen the iron farm that I made, it's actually really productive and it's going to help us so much in the future when we want to get create or just a bunch of building stuff done, because literally when I was making that farm, I didn't have enough iron for the hopper or for an anvil to name the name tag for the zombie. So I had to go mining midway through building the farm. But the next clip I'm going to show you, where we're kind of picking back up on the regular episode, is right after I grabbed some dark oak saplings from the forest right over here. And we needed dark oak to craft these traders for the villagers that just make handling them so much easier. But I did mention this in some of the clips that I deleted. I made a whole quest line for this video. Well, not for this video, for this mod pack, and I feel like I've been neglecting it a little bit. So I've focused a lot on getting geared up. So as you can see later in this episode, we're going to get a backpack, and we're going to start with FTB Ultimine, which, if you don't know, is kind of like a vein miner, and those are really powerful. So I kind of installed a mod that blocks it behind all of these little mini quests that you have to do. So I've started working on those. But the portion that is relevant for this episode is the automating resources tab. And in this, it's kind of a checklist, like I got villagers set up because I'm recording this in the future, so I can accept this. And I also got an iron farm set up. And they just give you little rewards and incentives to make sure that you have everything you need to run a dinosaur park, because trust me, prehistoric creatures require a lot of resources. But with all of this being said, let's jump back into the rest of the video that I really hope that you enjoy. Okay, so I made it back to the base because a creeper exploded me and then I fell and died because I was on half a heart. But we do have the dark oak we need, and I can put my diamonds away to craft the traders. And I'm forgetting like half the resources we need. One moment. Okay, Editor Misty here, and I totally thought I was farther along in this clip than I actually was. We're currently trying to get a villager up to max level so that I can trade for a name tag for the iron farm. And there we go, our first trader. And let me grab a villager from the villager barrel. For now we're just gonna keep them in the house because I do not have a better spot for them. And I'm not gonna build anything until I have better tools to build things with. So, I'm gonna see if we can get a good book while we're at it too. Preferably like mending or unbreaking. That's really cheap, but I just realized I don't have any emeralds. So I guess we'll do paper. I'm gonna have to plant some of this. that should be enough to lock. This should be enough to lock in this librarian. Yay! Okay, perfect. Let me grab the rest of my sugarcane to plant. And I think for now, I'm just gonna replace my stone border with a dirt one. Because I have loads of dirt. I have spent the last hour trading with this villager, one, to get it all the way up to the final level so we could get a name tag, and two, getting enough emeralds to actually get the name tag, which is perfect now that we have it. Let me clean out my inventory a bit, and we are going to craft our anvil. That's the word. So that we can get a zombie into this iron farm and make it so it's actually functional. And I would like to name the zombie Boo because it's scaring the villagers. And that's actually how the iron's produced, if you weren't aware. I have to wait till it's nighttime, don't I? I should have thought this through a bit more before I hit record. Just a little bit. But it looks like the sun is setting relatively quickly, so I will be back in a couple of minutes. So the sun is setting, and honestly, I think there's a zombie down here somewhere because I keep hearing it. Like, I've heard it this entire time while I've been, like, gathering the crops to trade. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's in the cave down there. It doesn't matter because there are about to be a bunch spawning in, and I just remembered I need the spruce trapdoors to actually trap it in the farm. But I'm so excited to get this farm up and running, and actually have access to iron because that unlocks literally so much, including a bunch of cool stuff from the Create mod. You know what? It's gonna be stone bricks. That's okay. And literally, I'm gonna have tools, and I'm so excited to get, you know, like, actual villagers and actual tools and a lot of resources, because then I can do all the cool stuff that I've been wanting to do but can't, because I don't have that much time to record, or much time to actually gather resources. So, where are zombies choosing not to spawn for once? What? This has almost never happened. There's always like a million mobs out here. That's a donkey. Zombie! Hey! You wanna come over here, zombie? Creeper, stay over there. Okay. Zombie. Oh, there's a lot of zombies. Okay, never mind me saying that nothing was spawning. Actually a lot is spawning. And I'm gonna come murder these skeletons real quick. Because you are not gonna get in my way while I get this zombie for this iron farm. Okay. And actually, I think I want the one with the helmet, so it doesn't burn alive accidentally. I definitely don't need 3. So, I'm not even gonna tell you how long it took for me to get a zombie up into this section. Oh, it was terrible. But I did it. Don't you see those yummy little villagers over there? Like, you don't see me. Look at all those villagers over there. Okay, I'm gonna leave and then come back. So hopefully he'll go to the villagers. Hi, can you just like... trying to limit where you can actually go. Because I can't really punch him, because he's half a heart. No, you're so close. You're so close to being in there, zombie. Can you just come like half a centimeter closer? Literally. Because he needs to be on the piston. Hi, Mr. Zombie. Hey. Yes! Okay, he's in. We did it. Amazing. Where's my name tag? Boo, you are now a permanent portion of this world. And I need to tear down all of the mess that I made up here. And fix everything so that the iron golems can spawn properly and we can get on with the rest of the episode. I have created a little mini villager breeder just to start getting baby villagers, and we already have one because I don't have nowhere near enough villagers from the surrounding villages to get the amount of trades that I need. So I really want to focus on getting really good tools today, as I'm sure I've said multiple times. But I want to get all the good tool enchants like mending, unbreaking, fortune, silk touch, efficiency, and then like archaeology and paleontology from the fossils and archaeology mod. And then I also want to be able to trade 4 tools. So I'm going to get like a toolsmith and a weaponsmith and probably a couple armorers too, just for when I do eventually decide to get full diamond armor. But that is a quick little update. I'm just going to keep farming away, trading for emeralds, doing all the villager things. Also, our iron farm is like super efficient. I already pulled out like 4 stacks of iron just from like the 30 minutes it's been for me to just, you know, like, look, there's already 2 more stacks in here. I'm so happy we got this set up. But I will bring y'all back when I have a few more villagers in there and I'm actually starting to roll trades and get enchants and all of that fun jazz. Okay, so update. I have done a bunch of trading. I have an efficiency 5 guy and a silk touch villager down there. But I took a break from the librarians to start working on the toolsmiths, and I finally have enough to buy our first mining card. And we're gonna need 4 of these because how it works is you need 1 for every single tool except for a hoe, I believe. And I made it a quest. You get one when you first get one. That sentence made sense, I think. And then you combine it with a tool, and I don't think the level of tool really changes anything. And then you put it in the clipboard to get a, and then it gives you challenges, I think. That's probably really confusing. It's going to make more sense once we actually get all 4 cards. So yeah, that's our little update. This is taking absolutely forever, and I kind of really want to just build all the cool things I designed in creative, but we have to do the hard stuff to get to the fun stuff. So I will bring y'all back when I either have 4 skill cards or I'm completely done with all the villagers. We'll see how I'm doing. Yeah, I feel like Editor Misty is making a lot of appearances in this video, but there's going to be another time jump because like half of these clips are just me slowly going insane, giving you updates on the villagers, which y'all don't need to know. Like, it's villagers, like, here are the enchants on my tools, I got all that, and pretty much this skills record, as you like mine things in the world, like it'll give you challenges and you can unlock ultimine. The only thing you really need to know about this is that it absolutely like tears through paper. Like, you need so much paper. Like, I'm probably on my 5th stack of paper just trying to complete some of these challenges. But yes, let's continue on with the video. You don't need to see it. I was going crazy, guys. It's not pretty. Okay, so I spent absolutely forever, and now I have a nice pretty set of wonderfully enchanted tools. I didn't end up going for like the sword or armor or anything because it's not something I really use all that often. But as I was kind of going through this and getting all of the villagers, I was looking at our quests and I realized that we have backpacks in the mod. I usually never go this long without creating a backpack, and we can accept all the rewards from all the armor and tools we've made. So let's go to a crafting table and make ourselves a backpack. Now, the first little backpack on here, I included it in the quest line as kind of a joke because you can't do anything with it, and it literally only has 3 slots, and like you can't even expand it into more. But we are going to need to make a frayed backpack, and then we're going to make an iron backpack, and then a gold backpack, and finally, I just realized I don't quite have enough emeralds. I spent them all. But finally, we are going to make a bejeweled backpack so that as I'm going out and collecting all the resources for the builds, I'm going to have plenty of room to carry them all home, because some of the resources, like the rest of this mud, is a 4,000 block journey that I really do not want to be making unless I absolutely have to. And I know I could theoretically make a like little mud farm, but that's a lot of work. So let me just grab some more emeralds, and we can make the bejeweled backpack. Let's see here. Bejeweled. There we go. Lovely. And we don't need this one. We need this one. And look at that! It's so cute, even though it's totally intersecting with our cape. But, oh, look at how much space that is. Plenty of room for all the resources that we are going to need. But these villagers, this is not going to be their permanent spot. Eventually, my starter base is going to expand, but I don't feel like expanding the starter base right now because it's not even finished. So that's what we are going to be working on next. We are going to do a little resource gathering montage for the terraforming around the base, because there is literally so much terrible terrain around here that we need to fix. And thankfully I was able to like design it all in creative. But I know we're going to need lots of stone and lots of dirt and definitely lots of mud to finish this off. So let's jump straight into a resource gathering montage and get all of these resources down. Okay, as I was like gearing up to go to the mud, or the mangrove swamp, I remembered that I have a mod in here that adds planes. And I thought these were a lot harder to craft, but apparently they're just like a bunch of wood and iron and copper. Which, like, we have an iron farm now, guys. This should be easy. And it'll make it so I can fly 4,000 blocks relatively fast. And yes, this thing has been producing a lot. I have just been using it all to trade with the villagers for emeralds. Because if you didn't know, you can trade with, I believe it is weaponsmiths, blacksmiths, and toolsmiths. And they will trade for iron for emeralds, which is like the best trade ever, especially if you have a super efficient iron farm. But we are going to craft this, and I'm pretty sure it just needs like a fuel source, and then we're good. So let's grab some copper. I might have to grab some more coal, but that's worth it for it being a really fast flight. So we need a propeller. We need 3 hulls, which we have just enough for. An engine, which requires, one of these. I don't think I have a spare furnace, unless I do. And just some cobblestone and some pistons, which is completely doable. Oh, pistons need redstone. Hold on. There we go. Engine. Let's grab 2 pistons. Nope. Back. Let's go a boiler. And an engine. And a biplane. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe I forgot that I had this mod in here. Because I'm pretty sure they also have like a hovering like sort of plane that's going to be super helpful for building. Now you do need a bit of a long runway and fuel, which I'm going to go find some coal real quick and mine it so that we can get on our way. How do I get out of the plane? Help. So I did figure out how to get out of the plane. It's the keybind R, and we have plenty of fuel, and I think we just press space and we press W? S, it's S. And we're in the air! Oh my goodness, this is literally amazing. So, okay, I'm gonna be good. I'm not gonna crash anything. Oh, it's this button. We need to go to this death point all the way over here. So I will meet y'all at the mangrove swamp, and we will do a whole little montage of gathering all of the resources. But oh my goodness, this is literally going to be so much faster than if I had to boat all the way there. So I have all of the resources that we need to finish off all of this terrain and all of this messy stuff that's currently around the base. So let's get it done in a nice little time lapse. I promise this is the last time you're gonna get Editor Misty, but unfortunately my time-lapse for that broke, so I'm just gonna show you everything all at once. First, let's start with the time-lapses that y'all just saw. I am so happy with how these cliffs turn out. I was originally planning on like texturing them, but I kind of just like them being plain stone. y'all let me know in the comments if I should texture them or just leave them. And then you obviously saw the pathways and the stone cliffs over here. And eventually I do want these pathways to kind of like loop down and come over here where this is pretty much going to be a shipyard or a hot air balloon yard. And I am genuinely so happy with how this turned out. I think it looks so cool and it adds a good bit of lore into the world that why would a hot air balloon be dropping off iron golems? Like, oh, I love it. And to help me build the hot air balloon, because it was a lot of like up and down, I used this quadricopter from the immersive aircraft mod, which is the same mod that that little plane was from. And honestly guys, it helped so much. But this is all of the content I have for today's episode, and I am way out of time. So if you made it this far in the video, please leave a like and subscribe. It genuinely means the world to me. And with that being said, my channel's been growing a lot, even though I feel like I've been neglecting it because my real life has been so busy recently and will continue to be so. So just please give me grace while I'm trying to like get videos out and figure out how to record in between my really busy schedule. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, evening, night, whatever. And goodbye.